Sweden was the first European country to introduce banknotes in 1661. Now it comes farther than most on the path towards getting rid of them. The contours of such a society are starting to take shape in this high-tech nation, frustrating those who prefer coins and bills over digital money. In most Swedish cities, public buses don't accept cash. Tickets are prepaid or purchased with a cell phone text message. A small but growing number of businesses only take cards, and some bank offices, which make money on electronic transactions, have stopped handling cash altogether. There are towns where it isn't at all possible anymore to enter a bank and use cash, complains Kurt Persson, chairman of Sweden's National Pensioners Organization. He says that's a problem for elderly people in rural areas who don't have credit cards or don't know how to use them to withdraw cash. The decline of cash is noticeable even in houses of worship like the Carl Gustaf Church in Karlshamn, southern Sweden, where Vicar Johan Tyreberg recently installed a card reader to make it easier for worshippers to make offerings. Bills and coins represent only 3% of Sweden's economy compared to an average of 9% in the Eurozone and 7% in the US, according to the Bank for International Settlements, an umbrella organization for the world's central banks. Swedish company Izettle has developed a device for small traders similar to Square in the US that plugs into the back of the iPhone to make it work like a credit card terminal. Sweden's biggest banks are expected to launch a joint service later this year that allows customers to transfer money between each other's accounts in real time with their cell phones. Most experts don't expect cash to disappear anytime soon, but that its proportion of the economy will continue to decline as such payment options become available. Before retiring as deputy governor of Sweden's central bank, Lars Nyberg said last year that cash will survive like the crocodile even though it may be forced to see its habitat gradually cut back. Andre Ramfeld, whose bowling alley in the southern city of Landskrona stopped accepting cash in 2010, makes a bolder prediction. She believes coins and notes will cease to exist in Sweden within 20 years. Personally, I think this is what people should expect in the future, she says. But there are pockets of resistance. Hannah Selk, whose family owns a newspaper kiosk in a Stockholm shopping mall, says the digital economy is all about banks seeking bigger earnings. Selk says he gets charged about 5 Swedish kroner for every credit card transaction, and a law passed by the Swedish parliament prevents him from passing on the charge to consumers. That stinks, he says. For them, referring to the banks, this is a very good way to earn a lot of money. That's what it's all about. They make huge profits.
So what does it mean to live in a cashless society? There is, of course, obvious conveniences to live in this way. But what are the repercussions? Well, one is that because everything will become digitized, it is much easier to find out and track all of your monetary transactions, and consequently track you and your whereabouts to a certain extent. And for those who may be out there conducting business and not paying any or not paying your proper share of taxes, well, you can forget about that. Those days will be over. Another thing is that if a judgment or court order is filed against you, a cashless society will make it that much more easier and efficient to retrieve funds from your work income and or banking account. No more working outside of the system and storing cash in your mattress. You can also be easily separated from your earnings if the government deem it necessary and justified to do so. All it will have to do is click a button and voila, via a computer transaction. Once a society goes cashless, the government takes control of your financial situation and the mark of the beast is ready to be implemented in full force, where no man can buy or sell without the mark. Some say they plan to pay off their home and live off the land. That sounds good, but you will still have to pay taxes on your land, right? And if no one can pay anything without the mark, then you will not be able to pay your taxes. I hope you all see how rapid the end time events are developing. And if those who subscribe to pre-tribulation are right, then we must be getting ready to see the rapture of the church pretty soon. Thanks for watching. Peace and love.
Jesus died for you.